Hello, you are most welcome. I'm teacher Ivan from Wuna Educational Services. I welcome you to our first lesson on factorization. Factorization requires that we simplify algebraic terms or numbers by pulling out the highest common factor. Just like we can see in our given examples, where in part A, we first of all identify the common factor of a half and a quarter, which is probably a half. So when we pull out that half, therefore we shall remain with our bracket with 1 plus a half. So this is what we call the factorized expression of this bracket. Then in part B, we have x into a plus b plus y into a plus b. So when factorizing and we have these similar brackets, what we normally do when you come up with similar brackets, we simply bring the terms outside the bracket in a common bracket, or we create a bracket for these terms outside. That is to say, we shall create a bracket of x plus y, these terms outside. Then we just take one of the two. Since these are similar brackets, we take one of them and it multiplies our created bracket. That is how we simplify when we have such expression with similar brackets. Then in part C, we have 14m minus 16 plus t into 7m minus 8. So you realize that this first bracket has something common, and that is a 2. So when we pull out the 2, we shall remain with 7m minus 8 plus 2 into 7m minus 8. So similarly here, since we come up with these brackets as the same, therefore we shall bring these terms outside in a common bracket and we multiply it with one of the brackets, so that we end up with our factorized expression as 2 plus t into 7m minus 8. So that is how we shall be factorizing. Otherwise, factorizing involves a number of cases, as we shall be looking at one by one. These are the cases that we shall be looking at under factorization. We shall look at factorization by grouping of mixed terms. We shall also look at factorization by the difference of two squares. We shall look at the quadratic expressions. We shall look at the square expressions. We shall look at the sum of cubic expressions. And lastly, we shall also consider the difference of cubic expressions. So these are the cases that we shall be handling under the topic of factorization. So please, we are going to handle one by one and we shall give each a lesson. So please don't miss out. Simply subscribe to our channels, follow our pages, and we learn together. Otherwise, that has been the introduction to factorization. In our next lesson, we shall be looking at the first case, that is factorizing by grouping of mixed terms. So please don't miss out. Otherwise, I'm teacher Ivan. I hope to have you in our next lesson. Bye bye.